So today's video is going to be something that I have never done before on my channel, so I hope that you enjoy it. I hope it's something that you want to see more of on my channel, because home design and interiors is something that I am really passionate about and something that I want to share with you all, and hopefully you find quite interesting. You might have noticed that I have a new logo, a new intro to my videos, and there's going to be a new outro at the end as well, to keep an eye out. So I've had a bit of a blog and brand redesign. I really hope you like it. I just felt like I have changed quite a lot this year, and I want my blog and my YouTube to reflect that. I wanted a logo that wasn't as classic and something that hadn't been done over and over again, and I feel like this one is just a little bit more laid back. It has a little bit more personality, if that makes sense, and I absolutely love it, so I hope that you do too. So today's video is going to be a room tour. The room that I filmed and will be talking to you all about today is the room that's at the back of our house, which is, we call it the garden room, but it's just another living room really. And when we bought this house, where this room actually is, it was two outhouses. So very typical of old Victorian houses is that they will have two little sheds or rooms at the back of the house, that one would have been used for storage and one would have been used for an outside toilet and kind of like bathroom area. They were completely run down, and the bricks that were holding them up were crumbling, and they were just a little bit disgusting. So we knocked that down and built this room at the end of the house. So it's, as you walk through the kitchen, it's at the end of the house. If you watch any of my vlogs and stuff, you'll know which room I'm talking about. Over the past year or so, I've been buying stuff for this room and decorating it and adding things here and there, and it's at a point now where I feel like, I don't ever feel like a room is 100% finished, but this room I'm completely happy with and feel like it's definitely there, and it's at a stage where I feel like I can share it with you all and hopefully give you all a little bit of inspiration, or just if you're nosy like me and you want a little insight into what one of our rooms looks like as a whole. This is a room that we typically use in the summer because it's got big double doors at the back of it that open onto the garden, and it's very bright and light in there. It's very airy when the doors are open, obviously, and it's just a really nice room to use when it's lighter and brighter. This time of year we tend to use it a little bit less often. In our front room we have a log burner, and it's really super cozy and quite dark in there, which is really nice at this time of the year. So without further ado, let's get into the room tour. Okay, so when you first step into the room, this is kind of like the overall general view that you get. So the main piece of furniture in here is the sofa. It is a big L-shaped sofa from DFS. Anything that is still available I will link underneath this video, but obviously this is kind of in a room that I've been dressing and buying things for months, so some of the stuff unfortunately won't be available, but anything that I can link I definitely will for you. So this sofa is just, as I said, a plain big grey sofa, and it's lovely in here because this room is such a light room. It's the room at the back of the house, and we've got two big skylights, and it just, a lot of light gets into this room, and with us choosing a light sofa that kind of complements that. And all the colours that we've used in here are all very light and soft colours to complement that again. So some of the cushions I'll just talk you through that you can see as we're looking at it. The one at the far left hand side is from Primark, and then the next one in was from a country living fair, and then the one that says home is where your heart is actually from Marks and Spencer's. The big grey one is a HomeSense purchase, the stripy one is John Lewis, and the two prints that you can see on the back of the wall, they are from Desenio, and the one on the left hand side says make it simple but significant, and the other one is kind of like a pink and white cloud effect. The little aloe vera plant that you can see hanging from on the wall, I have a couple of those, but I'll show you those as we move around. And then in the other corner at the left hand side we've got my ladder shelves, which I will talk about in more detail when we get over there. The blanket that you can see hanging over the sofa is just from Dunelm, and it's just a really cozy snuggly blanket. So this is the other side of the sofa, just to give you a different perspective, and you can see I've got a white and a kind of taupe vase that have those aloe vera plants hanging in. I just think they're really quite simple but quite effective. And if you look at the sofa, you can see the pom-pom cushion is from Debenhams, and the furry one next to that was a Primark purchase, and the blanket that's hanging over this side of the sofa is from Sainsbury's. I love Sainsbury's for homeware stuff. We've got a big plant in the corner which is from Homebase, and I just really love the kind of effect that adding a little bit of greenery and plants into rooms gives. and the mirror that you can see on the wall I believe is meant to be for the garden, but I have it in here. We call this room our garden room, so it kind of fits in and works with that. The lamp is from Debenhams and it's just a really gorgeous industrial style lamp, but it's a little bit softer, something a little bit different. So probably my least favourite part of the whole room is the floor, and I'm going to do a whole house renovation, things we learned, things we should have done differently video, and that will touch upon that. But this is the floor, and this is our coffee table. So the coffee table is from loaf.com. It's probably one of the most expensive pieces of furniture that I've ever bought, but I feel like when you're really going in for a staple piece and you fall in love with something and there's nothing else that you can find that is a better price, sometimes you just got to go for it. So on here I have this little tray from Maison du Monde, which is a glass tray. I love the effect that it has. It's gold and mirrored. It just gets dusty very, very easily. I have burning a H&M candle and then just a little notepad. There's usually a pen on that seemed to have gone missing. And these coasters are from Oliver Bonas. The rug is from John Lewis, and this just adds so much texture and just something a little bit different to the room. It would be quite a big open space if we didn't have this rug here. With 3 dogs, it can be hard to keep clean, but I guess it's all character building and good practice for when we have kids that are going to spill everything all over the floor anyway. This is a general overview from this corner of the room. So if I was sat in the very corner of the sofa, which is my favourite ever spot, you can see the poof that we bought from Urban Outfitters. It's basically just a big floor cushion, which I love, but it's unintentionally become kind of one of the dogs' places to sit. I bought it thinking that if we ever had a party or we had people over, it's an extra form of seating, it's something that's really cosy. Again, it just adds something a little bit different into the room. But every time that we do that, I have to clean it thoroughly because obviously the dogs love to lie on it. This obviously is where we have our TV, and we just keep, there's like the Skybox on there, the PlayStation, and a candle on there from HomeSense. So moving into the back corner of the room, this is where I have my ladder shelves, and I got these from a garden company on Amazon, really, really affordable. And I just popped lots of little different bits and pieces on here, little trinkets. In this corner I have a couple of our wedding photographs, and these little starry lights were just from Primark. I really do believe that when you're putting a room together and you're building up a room to an interior level that you are happy with and that's cozy, but also the style that reflects you at that time. My style is changing all the time. I feel like I'm kind of just getting there. I feel like it's important not to just go out and just think, right, I want to get this, I want to get that, and just buy whatever you see first. It takes research, it takes time. It's about just adding pieces in as and when you see them, rather than having a list and trying to tick them all off straight away. It's a learning process and you have to have a lot of patience, but once you get there, it is worth it, as I have found with this room. It's one of my favourite rooms in the house. So I have taken you off the tripods. This is going to be a little bit more shaky, a little bit more of a vlog style little show around, but I have this wedding photo of Tommy and I over here in the little blue frame, just to add something a little bit different, and also this one. These are 2 of my favourite prints. And then on this shelf I have this little seagull portrait that I got from St. Ives, a little tea light holder which you can get everywhere. I can't remember where this one was from. These little stars that you can see on our shelves were actually from a garden centre as part of their Christmas display. You got like a pack of 50. I'm sure if you search for them on eBay you'd probably be able to find them. A little cactus from IKEA, and then this little Moroccan style tea light holder again was just from a garden centre. I love garden centres for their home range. I feel like they have a lot of stuff in there that you don't necessarily see everywhere. So moving down a little bit, you can see here that I've got kind of a selection of what I would call coffee table books, and these are just books that are really easy to kind of pick up and dip into. I also have my LP collection down here, so all of my vinyls that I've got. It's a real mix here of Adele, Bastille, Ed Sheeran, just like the more current bands and artists. I've also acquired a lot of my mum's old vinyls, so I've got some really old like Michael Jackson ones, Shirley Bassey, some real classics, Diana Ross. I think there's also a Peter Rabbit, like Beatrix Potter stories in there as well. So just a real mix of things. I keep them all on there. And then the vinyl player that I've got, actually I got it in Morrison's last Christmas for about £30. It's a Kai, and I got the blue one because you should all know by now I'm obsessed with the colour baby blue, and I love this. I pop it on, most times I pop it on when I'm cooking, and I just like to to play things in here. One of my favourite vinyls that I've got is actually a Beatles album, and I just whack that on and have a good little boogie around the kitchen. It also has a connection to Bluetooth, so you can play music from your phone through here and it acts as a speaker, which when we're having parties and things, it's really, really good. So just to give you some little close-ups of the shots that I spoke about before, these are the prints on the back wall. And then here we have the cacti and the garden mirror, which I just love the rustic effect of this and how it's just something a little bit different. This print in here again is kind of a personal touch, something that means so much to me, but it's done in a really tasteful and classic way. So this was actually a wedding present that we got given from the venue where we got married. This was where we got married, and I got it framed and it sits in here, and I just think it looks gorgeous in here. It really complements all the colours and the feel of the room. So this is our industrial light from Debenhams. We've just got a filament bulb in here. I really like the contrast of the legs of this lamp, a really weird angle I know, but I love how there's a little bit of stainless steel and also a little bit of wood incorporated. So that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed this little snapshot of what one of our rooms is like. This is the first video of this kind I've ever filmed for my channel, so please be kind in the comments. I do really hope you enjoyed it, and just seeing a little bit of a different side of our home. Obviously I vlog and you see bits and pieces in the background and as I buy them and things like that, but I've never done anything that focuses so much on just one room. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you want to see more interior stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon.